How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here with another episode of the Vampire Diaries. It is episode number 14 of season 7. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this and possibly the originals, because we did have the tease at the end of the last episode of the Vampire Diaries about Caroline visiting Klaus. Of course, that was in the future. But I believe that I was told around this point, it was very important to, watch these specifically with Vampire Diaries in mind, and then the originals, specifically. So I do have this inkling that we might be getting a crossover on both shows. Just thinking back to the Arrowverse with the Flash and Arrow, they usually, just before the winter break, they would usually cross on each other's shows. Sometimes Barry would go to Star City and Oliver would go to would go to Central City, and then of course that would expand with Supergirl and maybe the Legends of Tomorrow. I'm just getting deja vu with that because, of course, with Klaus, he's been involved with the Vampire Diaries before, with the fact that that was his first foray. But it would be so cool to bring in the likes of Damon, like Stefan, maybe even Caroline, over to New Orleans, over on the originals. It would be so cool. So, yeah. And plus, there might be the situation that... it is a situation of keeping up to date with certain characters from the Vampire Diaries universe. So yeah, and it's kind of like another vampire-based show where sometimes you'll have characters cross over from the main show into and they would go to LA for an episode, maybe two. Yeah. There were quite a few crossovers when it came to Buffy and Angel, and it was always great. Sometimes painful. I'll never forgive season 1 of Angel. No, but in all seriousness, let's get into this episode. This is episode number 14 of season 7 of the Vampire Diaries. Let's go.
I know that he comes here. Okay, my name's Caroline Forbes. He'll know me.
I don't care who you are. Klaus Michelson is gone.
What?
Gone where?
Oh,
I haven't
no.
seen or heard from that man in 3 years.
Oh, no.
This one's solar power. Pretty neat.
That's fine. How much?
That'd be $22.50.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. She is relentless.
Hey!
You could have just compelled him to give you it for free. Oh, shit. Very fancy,
Good.
Enzo.
You made it. Where the hell are we?
This is the Armory.
The
Home to a
Armory.
Society of Supernatural Artifact Collectors.
Figured you'd want to know who your family was. Orphan and all.
How do you know about my family?
Oh.
Because as obnoxious as it sounds, we like to think we know everything.
I've been with. It's about Joe and the promise I made to her to leave town after we got married, and we know how that turned out. Okay, so I'm not making that mistake twice, and certainly not with my kids.
It's
Do you know how hard it is
understandable.
to travel with one newborn, let alone 2? Me. I'm the better idea.
I mean, she's going to be attached to these kids.
But you just gone through major surgery. You just had a C-section.
And she's a
I'm not healed
vampire.
up. That is...
Welcome to New Orleans, old friend.
We love it! I was like, is he in New Orleans? And, yeah.
He's invulnerable to the magic of those pesky locator spells. Bit of a coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah, what's up, bud?
Damon's looking for me, and I don't want to be found. I figure you, of all people, can relate to family drama.
What, the Michelsons? They're drama-free. What are you talking about, Stefan?
I suppose there's no one I'd rather explore this dreadful world with.
Oh! Oh! I was gonna say, are these the Armory people?
So dusty.
I was sent to a workhouse at the age of 4 With the concept of family so limited that I actually convinced myself that an Italian line cook was my father. By 14, I was out on the streets. By 27, I was dead. That is it. That
depressing.
is the sum total of my life as a human.
It is a depressing human life that Enzo's led.
So Bon here and I are gonna go cook up a plan B. But thanks.
I don't think that's happening anytime soon, apparently.
What are you doing?
Oh, dickheads! What the fuck? You had Tyler captured?
A pool of his own blood. Oh, did I forget to mention that tonight's a full moon?
Enzo, why are you being a dick?
You're welcome to watch a show with me on this side of the glass. Just give me Stefan's location. Thanks.
Enzo!
Man who spins your moral compass in a tizzy. He doesn't give over Stefan's location by the wolfing hour. He's a dead man.
Oh, shit.
Matos.
She's been suppressed, hasn't she? Because this place is like a no-go zone. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, David. Would be nice if they were sloppy. Oh shit, we didn't account for vampire strength.
Good news, Tween Wolf.
Tween Wolf.
You're about to get your sweet revenge on me.
You're the tiner thing. You have a fresh diaper and a full belly. And you have no idea how bad things can actually get.
It's the least of their problems, isn't it, in terms of this world?
As good as dead. You have no one else to be accountable to? Should knock your ass out till the sun comes up.
I don't know, his body might say otherwise.
Oh, I'm dreaming of squirrels and milk bells.
Jesus Christ. He's still a person at the end of the day, David.
Didn't matter what he'd done. How he hurt Tyler. Your first instinct.
I mean, yeah, Damon's not a saint, but you're not helping yourself.
That's what I want.
I hope you find it.
The problem is, Enzo, you haven't done anything to earn this, you know, to earn your own bonbon, for example.
If you care for her, as you say you do, why aren't you with her now?
Oh, so does he? So he knows about them too?
Like I said, family drama. That is the mark of the Phoenix Sword. You've seen this before.
Oh,
You've not
shit.
been careless enough to make an enemy of Reyna Cruz. Why do you think I'm here, Klaus?
Oh,
So
shit.
you came here to hide, to seek refuge in my town.
If you know how to outrun her, tell me what to do, Klaus.
I'll tell you what you don't do. You do not draw a huntress to a town full of vampires.
No,
you do not
'cause,
drink my bourbon whilst lying
this
to my
this
face.
feels
And you do
disrespectful,
not
doesn't
dare
it?
Ask me favors ever again. Is that clear, old friend?
Oof.
Get out!
Woo! I mean, that's it though. Like, Stefan's just brought a target on a lot of people's backs.
Stefan will be fine.
How do you know?
Because I will ensure it.
Shit. All for Carrie. All for Carrie.
Runs of my sanity, they drive me to do unspeakable things, all the while finding fresh and inventive ways to torture me. But as it turns out, my family is what makes me truly happy. It's not a crime.
Yeah, that
to
is
love what
that
you
is
cannot
true.
explain.
He'll always look out for his family. He'll always put them
I
first.
was sorry to hear about your mother, Caroline. I'm sure she would have loved to see you with the little ones.
Klaus, stop it.
He gave me something that disabled my magic.
Enzo, open it up with the palm of his hand. You gotta get him down here right now.
It's not gonna happen.
Why the hell not? Tyler is one loose vertebrae away from making me his dinner, so figure this out.
Shit.
No pressure.
Enzo. For the record.
No way, Bonnie. What the fuck?
Driving like a maniac.
Did you hear that? Avoid 90.
Yeah, a little late for that.
Where are you?
Traveling east on 90. I'll call you later.
Bloody hell. Stefan. Oh! Klaus!
What are you doing here?
The right thing, I hope. She's dead for
now.
We need to go.
Oh, yeah,
Need
shit.
to grab her before she comes back to life.
Stefan.
Friends, they'll keep risking their lives trying to save you until they're all dead.
Looks like you could use a hand.
I need to get you out of here. Mommy, listen to me. You open that door.
Body's ruthless.
You too. Honey, get the hell out of here.
She's gonna stab him? Oh shit. Oh, fuck.
No, you're not healing. Why aren't you
Because of the thing that she was shot with. No way. No way. Shit. Oh! Well, that explains how he gets his hand back.
I thought you might need it. Guess that's the last time we let you watch the house.
Actually,
Family is here, Lorenzo. Your father founded the armory.
my father.
What?
This estate is where he lived and died.
Yo, shit.
What he left. My name is Alexandria St. John. I'm your family, Lorenzo.
Oh!
The girl in the house tomorrow morning.
Yeah, sure. You can stay as long as you want.
This is... Oh, no, Stefan. Oof.
Do you have any idea what I'd have to go through if you'd have died today, huh? Years of guilt, crippling, self-loathing guilt.
Oh. The bathing scene.
Resentment I'd feel if I was forced to break in a new drinking buddy.
You're not supposed to die for me, Bob. Take myself out of the equation.
Wait, what?
It all ends tomorrow. You'll never have to worry about me again.
Is he putting himself in the coffin?
You were protecting her.
No. I was protecting Damon.
Sacrificed himself for Damon.
And let her go, Stefan. Let her go. Or spend an eternity sacrificing everything good you have with her for your brother. Believe me, I've spent an eternity watching a witch. I may have something that can help you with your Raina Cruz problem.
Alright, and this is gonna tie into the originals! Ah! Oh! Oh! So cool! It is so cool! Oh, man. I kind of wish we got a bit of this in season 6 of the Vampire Diaries, I'm not gonna lie. Again, like with the Flash, and the, you know, Arrow crossovers, I mean, it was a seasonal thing, wasn't it? It wasn't just a one-off. So, I mean, maybe they'll do one next season. I don't know, though. But, yeah. Ah, so good. It's so good. So I do wonder if they are going to be, maybe, like in a couple of episodes, they are... I think I did speculate about the prospect that, okay, the next several episodes, or the last several episodes, should I say, of the season, will probably focus on the Flash forwards. Especially since we got a sprinkle of them this season, over the course of this season. So, yeah. I'm just really, really worried about the fact that Klaus has not been here since... Because, you know, there was that person that was saying he has not been here for like 3 years. And it does kind of make you worry, especially on the original side of things, when it comes to the fact that there is this prophecy going around that damns the Michelsons, and there's this whole idea of trying to, I guess spoilers by the way, but there is this whole idea of trying to separate certain vampires from the sire lines of Klaus, of Elijah, so that those characters could die. So yeah, I'm just really excited to see what's gonna go down on on the originals. So yeah. Oh man, that was great. That was solid as heck. I mean, after watching the ending of the last episode, of course, of the Vampire Diaries, you were kind of braced yourself, weren't you? I was kind of expecting something on the originals that would set things up for the Vampire Diaries, maybe. But alas, but it's even sweeter watching this episode in regards to the fact that that this is setting up for the originals. So yeah. And of course, it's very important to watch the Vampire Diaries first and then the originals, otherwise it gets a bit weird, doesn't it? So, but I do that anyways in terms of what I watch the Vampire Diaries first and then I watch the originals. So, it wasn't really much of a kerfuffle, really. So yeah, but yeah, I'm always a sucker when it comes to shows crossing with each other in terms of, you know, in universe going, like, yeah, you have this main character of one show cross over into the spin-off show and vice versa. Again, Arrowverse has done it. Another vampire show has done it, of course, with Buffy and Angel. There's been quite a few times that has happened. So, yeah. And, you know, I'd even go as far to say Doctor Who as well. I mean, the Doctor has showed up a few times on the Sarah Jane Adventures, so yeah. And I know he was supposed to do stuff on Torchwood and all of that, like David Tennant was supposed to be in a Torchwood episode and all of that. Sadly, John Barrowman had to be a bit... Yeah, so... But it's always very entertaining, isn't it, when it comes to crossover episodes, and yeah, so, and thankfully, you know, when it comes to the originals and the Vampire Diaries, I usually react to both of those both of the week's installments on the same day. May as well, it's a convenience, isn't it? So yeah, it's not like I'm going to be waiting a day to watching. I'll have to wait a few hours because, you know, I've got an electrician coming, so yeah. But, yeah, I still don't have to wait a day until I watch the next episode, so yeah. But, yeah. So, again, like I said, I feel like they are going to definitely set it up for maybe the next episode or episode 16 to be the final episode that we are focused in the present, I guess. So, yeah. So, yeah. I'm just really curious to see what's going to happen on the originals, because again, when Caroline went to confront Klaus and all of that in the future, Klaus has not been here for 3 years, meaning that something happens by the end of season 3 or whatever to ensure that Klaus, so that and that makes me really curious, like in terms of, like, we already know that, okay, well, stuff is happening on like in Mystic Falls, or surrounding Mystic Falls, should I say, and the characters there, and you can kind of be like, all right, so we are probably doing a time jump on the Vampire Diaries. I mean, it's going to throw synchronization out of whack with the originals, but I guess it might not. It might not. I did talk about this in the last episode, and the fact that they might age up Hope a little bit. So yeah, but of course, either some kind of magical thing needs to happen, maybe that, Hope can age up a few years. She just skips the toddler stage, and she's this like 7-year-old kid or whatever. Basically, go the Amara route in Supernatural, because except for don't eat souls, Hope. Because that's it though. I mean, Amara, like, obviously for those watching Supernatural, she took the shortcut, didn't she, in terms of childhood steps and all of that. So yeah, but they could they could do that. But with Klaus's absence, in terms of New Orleans, it makes me worry. It makes me curious that something's going to happen to kind of do a little bit of a time jump. Because I was saying that this, like, I think it was in the last episode as well, that it's going to be a bit difficult to pull off, like, if they were to do a crossover episode next season, for example, or to have Klaus interact with any of, or Elijah or anyone else interact with anyone else from Mystic Falls in the Vampire Diaries' final season. It would be a bit difficult to pull off, considering how out of sync they would be, unless they did something. And I think they are doing something, just based on the comments in terms of, well, Klaus has not been here for a few years. So I do wonder if that means that in the final episode of the originals, I know I'm talking about the originals, but I guess it is very, very important because of the fact that I am watching the originals. So yeah, and I'll probably talk about this more in the originals' episode itself, but I am guessing something's going to happen in that episode to make sure that the timeline is in sync again with the Vampire Diaries. So yeah, because we're about to do that with the Vampire Diaries. It doesn't necessarily mean that the originals is going to, jump forwards in time the same moment that the Vampire Diaries does, but and it will probably be at the end of the season, so that the comment from that bartender sticks about, well, Klaus has not been here for like 3 years, so, which makes me very, very curious about what's going to happen. But let's skim past the originals. Again, I'll talk more about that just in case people are watching are just solely watching the originals. So yeah, because likewise, people might solely be watching the Vampire Diaries, and so they see Klaus, it's like, oh, Klaus, it's been a while. So yeah, and that's it though. Like, both of them can catch up on stuff, both Klaus and Stefan. So this has been happening. So yeah. But yeah, it was really, really great stuff to see Klaus and Stefan interact. And of course, there's a bit more of an amicable connection between the pair. Not always been the case, especially when you've got to consider season 3. But I mean, for those who don't know, Klaus's heart has softened, and he has become a bit more of he's a better person than he was. I mean, he could still be an ass, but he's a better person than he was on the Vampire Diaries. So yeah. Yeah, it is very interesting for him to have, like, because, I mean, it is understandable why he was going to scold Stefan for coming to New Orleans, potentially bringing Raina involved because of the fact that she would just slice and dice any vampire in her path. And New Orleans is where, everyone is thriving in terms of the supernatural entities, with the werewolves, with the vampires, with the witches. And of course, there does become a bit of risk in terms of, I mean, I would even go as far to say that, how Klaus feels for Cammy might, what's funny though, actually, we've got a bit of a problem on the originals. Again, I know I'm talking about the originals, but I just can't help but think it's funny how there is this scolding comment towards Stefan for bringing Raina to New Orleans potentially and making a massacre of the vampires that are living in the quarter. But I can't help but think that we do have a bit of a problem at the minute with Aurora, for example, with the Strix, and it would just be so opportunistic because Raina is relentless, as we know. And I gotta say, her chase sequences to Stefan, especially when Stefan stopped by that shop, was just really, really ruthless. But it would just be so kind of funny if, it's the same, it's the same argument I guess you could apply to why doesn't the Flash go to Star City and deal with Oliver's problems, right? So it would be so opportunistic if Raina was to deal with Klaus's problems, with the Strix, with Elijah's problems, with the Strix, with Aurora, problem solved, right? So I just can't help but think that is kind of funny considering how ruthless Raina is, and even how Klaus reacted to the mark, because he shot up as if you're basically a harbinger of death at this point. So yeah. So it was just very, very interesting seeing the interactions with Klaus and Stefan go down, even to the point where they were talking about Caroline and, the feelings. It was clearly there with Klaus and Caroline. So yeah, nothing's beating the Caroline ship. But yeah, I mean, it was very interesting how he told Stefan that he might have to let Caroline go. So yeah, it is just very, very interesting. Like, especially when you gotta consider the fact that they are already teasing things with Alaric and Caroline. So I saw that tease like in their final scene. So yeah. Yeah, I mean it was just very, very great. And of course with Klaus and Caroline's interactions, I mean that definitely made You could tell that Caroline and Klaus interacting, which was a really, really amazing scene, that really became a pivotal move in terms of change. I mean, again, Klaus has had a change of heart since I guess we last saw him proper. I won't count, the 100th, but since like around season 4 time, he has gone through quite the change of heart. But he can still be pretty aggressive. He can still be pretty ruthless. But of course, hearing Caroline, it's gonna have him get into a change of heart to help Stefan. So yeah. Because he does care for her so much. So, and that's also why he tells Stefan to do the right thing and to let her go, really. So yeah, but I think that's gonna definitely become the case, as we know in the flash forward. Stefan ends up with Valerie, Caroline ends up with Alaric, and they're already setting things up with those two. So yeah, but it was great. It was great. Yeah, so we've got a bit of new lore into the mix of things with the fact that Enzo not just only has a very, very interesting bit of background established to him, but we also have the existence of the armory. So yeah, I was really hoping that, like, with Stefan running from Morena and all of that, that there might, because they are interested in Raina, but they are also interested in capturing, the likes of Stefan and David. So I was like, we have a common enemy. We have a common enemy. Let's put our differences aside. So, but yeah, it was very, very interesting to, it was just very, very interesting to have this kind of new organization come a crop that was in relation to Enzo. And even that new woman on the scene who is in relation to Enzo as well, in terms of they didn't necessarily say who she was, or how far down the line she is a descendant from. But of course, we did find a bit more about Enzo's lineage, I guess, in terms of this episode, in terms of his father creating the armory. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, I was just thinking, look, I would just put our differences aside and go up against this armory. So yeah, I don't think that's going to work given the flash forward. So yeah, but let's pretend to live in ignorance. And hey, look, there's this group. So yeah, but it makes me very, very concerned. Maybe giving initiative vibes. I don't know, but yeah, from a certain vampire show. But yeah, I mean, it will be very interesting to see what they do with that. I mean, obviously, we had a bit of a close call with Tyler, with Bonnie even as well. And I did like how they raised the stakes about Bonnie not, because they were basically in an anti-magic field, like to throw in a D&D term. No, of course, that was when Enzo shot Bonnie with one of those armory bullets. Yeah, that created a bit of a kerfuffle there. So yeah, but it really did lead to a very, very emotional bit with Damon, and how I guess that's really created that moment for Damon, where he has to accept that he has to place himself in the coffin, which we saw at the beginning of season 7. So yeah. And he needs to remove himself from the equation. So, yeah. But it was a sweet moment. So, because it was a sweet but also heartbreaking moment, just especially with Damon and his concern with Bonnie. Because he doesn't want to lose her. And it's, you just got to think about this curse about Elena, and how there is a impact on Damon in terms of, there is this curse about not being with Elena for as long as Bonnie is alive. And it's crushing for Damon because of the fact that he can't have Elena. So it's going to be crushing him. Now he has to come to that realization. This is not by anything in terms of any kind of supernatural mojo that's going on. It's, you know, Enzo didn't put a similar spell on Bonnie. This is Damon's choice at the end of the day in terms of putting himself in the coffin to protect her, because he doesn't want to lose her, because he feels like if any longer, Bonnie will one day end up a casualty, and he can't stomach that. So there is a bit of similarities in terms of this curse. But again, like I said, it's not inflicted by a supernatural means. It's more so personal because of the fact that Damon, if there was one more second, like, next time Bonnie might not be so lucky. That will send Damon in a spiral. So it's more of a personal curse rather than a supernatural curse, like one that affected Elena. So I do see the similarities, but it's just very heartbreaking. So yeah. But yeah. It was just very interesting going into this episode. Like I said, with Stefan running from Reina, it was just really well done. Like, she does bring a little bit of terror as well, like, especially when Valerie was like, you can't stop for 1 second. You have to keep... It kind of gives me the idea... It kind of is... I know I'm making quite a few references to, you know, shows and all of that in this episode. I can't help it, especially with a crossover, of course, with, well, a CW based show. I can't help it, of course, by thinking back to the Arrowverse and all of that. But with this, I just can't help but think back with Reina chasing down Stefan, and Stefan having to be on the move always, basically. I just can't help but think about the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who. Like, if they chase you, you keep running. You can't stop for a second. Because they will catch up to you. And then you've got to face the prospect of not being able to blink. Because otherwise you're screwed. So, yeah. So I can't help but think about that. And they are terrifying as well. So, yeah, it kind of gives me a little sprinkle of the Weeping Angels with Raina's persistence of Stefan and how Stefan cannot afford to stop whatsoever. So, yeah. Man. But I'm excited to see what happens on the originals. But also for this, it will be very interesting to see if this is going to be the last episode. I guess set in the present day. Although, of course, by the time we enter the future, we'll call that the present day. But it's all a bit timey-wimey. It's a bit weird, isn't it? You can't exactly call the flash forwards the present day at the minute. So, yeah. But... oh, I'll see you guys next time then. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!